Listening. Good morning, viewers. You're welcome on the program once again. It is City Stand and Michael Adutle. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. All right, in the news this morning, Reno Omokri has said that it will disgrace Peter Obi. Peter Obi happens to be the former governor of Anambra State and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election. Reno Omokri said that he and Ben Bruce facilitated the picking of Peter Obi as a running mate of Atiku in the previous election. All right, we shall be looking at it this morning. What is happening between Peter Obi and Reno Omokri? Wow. All right, viewers, we say thank you. Please respect people's opinion in the comment section. We want decorum in the comment section. Let us make sure we abide by the rules guiding the platform. We appreciate all of you and we appreciate your contributions. Now, quickly to what we have on the front pages of our dailies. All right. Okay, we don't have another paper here. We have just one, the Guardian newspaper. All right. The front page of the Guardian newspaper was the Guardian saying, "Good morning to you, Emmanuel Obuji. You're welcome on the program. Thank you so much for joining us this morning." All right, before going to this, 24 out of 26 lawmakers in Akwa Ibom have defected from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Wow. The mass defection in the country as regards the 2027 election is still going on. Don't forget the president of the country, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at some point said he expects more politicians to defect to the ruling All Progressives Congress. That's ahead of the 2027 election. We shall be looking at all this this morning. Now to the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Project funding, execution stall over poor budget implementation. This is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Robert Tuche, you're welcome on the program. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. What's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu saying about food security this morning on the front page of the Guardian newspaper? Tinubu, farmer elder conflicts and opportunity to structure social stability, food security. Farmer elder conflicts and opportunity to structure social stability, food security. Now to Benue State. 53 suspects arrested over Benue Plateau killings, says IGP Egbetokun. That's the Inspector General of Police. It is a good development coming from the police headquarters. Coming from the Inspector General of Police, about 53 suspects have been arrested over Benue and Plateau killings. Wow. On to the next one on page 8. Lagos to begin digital numbering of houses from July 1, says Governor Sanwo-Olu. Lagos to begin digital numbering of houses from July 1. On to the next one. Fresh PDP Labour defections to APC as opposition parties battle internal crisis. And the last story we'll be reading to the viewers all over the world. Federal government, Lagos, Ekiti to check obstacles hindering ease of doing businesses. This is on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper. We appreciate all of you, all our esteemed viewers for joining us this morning. Let's quickly join our political analyst or public affairs analyst on the program this morning. You're welcome, gentlemen, Mike and Femi.
Good morning, Mr. Michael. Good morning, our viewers across the globe. We say thank you. It is a beautiful morning to all of you. May God of heaven fill today with joy and blessing for all of us. In Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good morning to our esteemed viewers. It's a great time, the program today.
All right, good morning to our esteemed viewers. Just as Michael has said this morning. Now, to the comment section. What is happening there? I think I saw a message by Udeze Chima in the comment section. All right, Udeze Chima, good morning to you. You're welcome on the program. I have Obinwa watching from Switzerland. Obinwa, you're welcome on the program this morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. And what is Udeze Chima saying? Unfortunately, Reno Omokri is disgracing himself up and down. Not Obi. He's really disgracing himself up and down this morning. What is really happening to Reno Omokri and Peter Obi? He said he facilitated the picking of Obi, not just him alone, even Ben Bruce joined in facilitating the picking of Obi as running mate to Atiku in the 2019 election. If I'm not making a mistake, right? Yeah. What would you say Obi was so desperate to run as vice president in the 2019 election?
Well, that's not desperation. That is attempts, and I don't see any desperation in that. That in 2019, Obi was a vice presidential candidate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I think the battle former president that time, Muhammadu Buhari, and we saw what they could pull. It's not out of desperation, and because Obi has not come into federal level, he has not come into limelight in the federal level like that. So he started where he's supposed to start it. And before we called Jack Robinson, because of what we saw, what he could do in 2019, when youth want somebody neutral at the corridor of that power at the federal level and a bit younger and with at least a little bit of clearance, they went for Obi in 2023. So it's not out of desperation. He did what he's supposed to do that time.
Michael, I asked Femi if it was out of desperation or he did what he was supposed to do at that point in time. Did PDP really need him to be vice president or running mate to Atiku at that point in time? Did they really need it?
Yeah, well, I don't know why Reno is making a big deal out of whatever input he had in Peter Obi becoming vice presidential candidate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Don't forget that at that time he was working for Atiku. So for me, it's no big deal if he had an input while they were trying to select who becomes the vice presidential candidate and all of that. So I don't understand what he's driving at as to making it an issue at this time and all of that. It is possible that he had an input. It's no big deal. It's not an easy for me. It's not an issue. They saw value in the Peter Obi, and I want to believe that was why they went for him. They felt he's a credible candidate to be a vice presidential candidate and all of that. And that was why they went for him. So for me, it shouldn't be a big deal having an input when such conversation came up at that time.
We've seen Reno Omokri attack Obi several times, in several occasions. But why this constant attack supporting Obi previously? Why this constant attack?
Let's begin. They are toxic people, unfortunately, with a little bit of intelligence. You cannot take that one away.
A little bit or highly intelligent?
Whatever intelligence that you have that make you to compromise that make you to go left and right all the time. I will call it a little bit of intelligence, because intelligence without integrity, I don't know which kind of intelligence is that. Just the same Reno Omokri, we should ask him, what did he see in 2023 before we do election in 2023 that make him to go to UK to go and protest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And after Tinubu has become president, what has changed? What narrative has changed? What has inspired him to pick up his pen and started writing every good thing about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I don't have a problem with that, but what I see is that somebody like Reno Omokri is not an innocent, and is not somebody, I would say, he has integrity. Somebody that can say A in the morning and change to B in the afternoon. Then it be same to the same carcass of the same people that we are talking about. That he himself is not an angel. The same Reno Omokri, if you hire him to go and wash Peter Obi clean, he will still do the work. He will clean the mess. So that is how I see Reno Omokri. He has intelligence, he can research, he can do this, but he can use it negatively and he can use it positively based on where where he felt inside him to channel that thing. He's not too far from this guy. Femi Fanikayode, both of them, they talk with both of their mouths. Unfortunately, if you are a victim of their negative comment, okay, you will have to do a lot of work, because they are desperate, they are diligent in destroying people's life or make people's life. They are diligent, they are, I don't know the kind of name I'm still looking for the character I want to use for them in the Bible. I couldn't see, but I know that these people, they are very, very dangerous and toxic.
Gentle, is there anything he sees in the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself that makes him praise the administration every day? He sees President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's appraisal every day. Why?
I think Reno is fast becoming a political jobber. He's fast becoming a political jobber, in my view. He has worked for Goodluck Jonathan between 2010 and 2015 as special assistant. He has worked for Akwa Ibom State, as we all know. And currently he's working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So for me, he's on the job, and at the moment you contract him, he is ready to do the job. As Mr. Femi has said, he researched extensively, depending on what he's driving at. So what the narrative he will be pushing out will be facts. There are things that if you go and check it, you will meet it there. But as he has said, it can be used positively and negatively. So when you are dealing with that kind of a person, it is not, they are not doing things out of conviction, and that's where I'm going. They don't do things out of conviction. I think they just do it probably because they have a job to do at that point in time. Tomorrow, a Reno can be working for a Peter Obi as it were, and he will start pushing out all the positive things he has researched.
So what does he speak? What does he speak about his personality?
Of course, it shows that you are not stable. You are not a man of conviction. You are not a man of integrity, to put it straight. It's not about what you believe in, what the values you hold high as an individual. That is what is driving you. It is clear that that is not what is driving you. It's just about, okay, this is the job for the now, and let's get the job done. And once you are done, you are done. You move to the next personality and all of that. And I don't think that will go far.
We saw him call President Bola Ahmed Tinubu names before the 2023 elections, and I don't know why he's currently praising his administration.
Thank you, Mr.
Is he lobbying or what? Currently, he has not been given any appointments.
A lot of things. A lot of
not
things.
given anything.
Even they may not. I think they are planning to give him one ambassadorial something. Thank God I find a particular character that befits these people. They are Ahithophel of this world. The counsel of Ahithophel is so perfect to the extent that David was shaking when he heard that Ahithophel was with Absalom, but God just turned the counsel of Ahithophel into nothing. So they are Ahithophel of this world, very sharp, intelligent, but unstable. Their narrative can change. Somebody that worked with father later changed the narrative and started working with son and giving advice. So what we are trying to say is that Reno Omokri is anywhere Beleface, and is looking for something, and I think he like to romance somebody at the corridor of power. I think that's what is happening. You can see that he always visits President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, I don't want to talk too much about Reno Omokri because I'm still enjoying some of his cleaning work that he's doing, not only for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you look at it, this man is promoting Yoruba culture. Give it to him. He's trying.
Reno.
When yes, he take not only Tinubu is washing, he takes sponge and soap to be washing Yoruba, and he's shining us. Even some area that you don't think, a way that we are Yoruba, some potential that we don't know that we possess. But then Omokri is showing it to us. See. I just watched a podcast. Come and see the attire that Reno Omokri wear. Oh my God! Even that mean that I'm a Yoruba man say, come and see. Agbada with dark cap, everything stand. So, but I know that this man is very, very unstable. But that is me. I don't like throw away a bath water with baby. That's why it's very, very hard for me to make decision about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At the beginning of his administration, but when I see the way he is moving on, this man cannot offer us something tangible. But what are something that it may be difficult for anybody to do? What if you use your strong head to achieve it for us, like restructuring of this country, like tax reform bill, like local government autonomy, like state police? Please give us this thing. If you you have removed subsidy and we are crying, you refuse to back down on it. But what about using this your stubbornness, at least to achieve some of this cogent thing for us, so that after you left the place, we will continue to enjoy it? You give us state police. Wow, that will be marvelous for me. If some states lag behind from using it the way they're supposed to use it, other states will grab the opportunity and use it. If some states don't have enough fund to fund their police, some states will have, and they will use it. Like the way we have Amateco in the southwest here. Some states are still doing robo. Go to Ondo State. It was so active there. That is how it's happened. If you are in a federation, that's how it's supposed to happen. Please help us decentralize this country. Whatever you want to do, decentralize it. Use your strong head. So let me go back to Omokri.
Reno. Can his condemnations, criticism, stop people from loving Obi?
It can't. It can, because people have known that Reno Omokri also is not a clean guy, and they know where he's coming from. So anybody that loves Obi, whatever Reno Omokri whisper into his eyes, they will not want to this thing. So he will just end up, embarrassing himself. And he should not forget that he's still dealing with the same category of people. He's dealing with new gems. Then Omokri also belongs to new gems, because when you talk of lord of social media, Reno Omokri was one pick as one of the most influential people in Africa. So he also know how to use media. But you are dealing with people that banned social media. You should go and ask from Omoyele Sowore recently. The wind of obedience blow Omoyele Sowore away from Facebook. So the wind of these people, they are like a bird, locusts. Yoruba call them esu. When the multitude of locusts can destroy any tree. You see, when the locusts are so many, millions of them, perch on a particular tree at a time, they can devour it and destroy it. So Reno Omokri should be aware that people that you want to deal with, if you are the lord of social media, these people, they own social media. As simple as that.
Gentleman Mike, of course, we all know that this is in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has been blackmailing Peter Obi, also threatening him on several occasions. But with all these blackmails, threats to stop Obi from becoming who he wants to be,
Not at all.
or what he wants to be.
I say not at all. The followers, the obedient movement generally are not deterred by whatever narrative Omokri is pushing. They believe it's on the job and he's just doing his job. So they are not deterred by that. I believe they are focused. They know the values they've seen and the personality of Obi, and I don't think whatever Omokri is doing will deter them, Michael.
All right, let's quickly move to the comment section and see what our viewers are saying concerning this discussion this morning. Udeze Chima, the more he makes attempts to discredit Obi, the more people know more about the lies of Reno Omokri. Does he really lie?
Well, see, this is the problem.
Or it's just opening
not all the time Omokri lie. But I want to believe that there is no crime Peter Obi commits that his colleague in the political space has not come. Anyway, Baba is there. So there is no crime Obi commit that his colleague has not committed or will not commit. Look at one thing that Reno Omokri is trying to bring out when Obi was talking about the report in the NNPC, the supposed 100 trillion, 200 trillion. When Omokri looked at it very well, he said the expected money and the money that was coming, they mark it to they join it together and they all put it as money that lose. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they say we give Mr. Michael 500 million. He now executes the project. Maybe the money he used to execute it is not up to 500 million. It does not mean that you embezzle the whole 500 million. At least you do something. Maybe I think you understand what I'm saying. So not all the time Reno Omokri lie. Not all the time. He bring out facts when you look at it. But you will know that some of these facts sometimes is light. It's not necessary. If not that you are winch hunting somebody, you will not be try to be looking for all the loopholes. So as Peter Obi will also be looking for, lopsidedness in the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this guy, Reno Omokri, also we try to sanitize some of the body language of Obi and some of his message.
All right, let me continue with Odese Chima this morning. Michael Adekunle, have you heard that Reno Omokri said he paid Seun Okibaloye to do some dirty journalism for him? Okay. He still goes on by saying this is the same person, that's Reno Omokri, that takes a protest against Tinubu in the United Kingdom, calling him a drug dealer. All right, Baba Yaga, what's he saying this morning? Don't worry, guys. I guarantee Kunle will come and tell us how wonderful Reno Omokri is. Okay. It seems Baba Yaga is missing Mr. Kunle. I think for some time now, Mr. Kunle has been relieved of his
controversial role. He's a bit relieved. I think somebody is helping him.
All right, let's move on to another comment here in the comment section. All right, Lord Lucan. Lord, they said Omokri means a goat in Delta State. Can someone confirm this, please? He said Omokri dash that. Please, can you break it down for us to understand what you've written here? All right, Odese Chima still talking to you. Yeah, Femi, he lies a lot. There is no truth in him. Believe him at your own peril. All right, David Okafor is saying that Reno Omokri is a person who is a Confucianist. Okay, it simply means he's a Confucianist.
I like the word Confucianist. And a Confucianist can tell you the fact and he can tell you the lie. Let me tell you, it's not all the things Reno Omokri said they are lying. I'm telling you. I know what I'm saying. There are some
because it's close to those people, right?
He close, and sometimes he will give you dates. That's why sometimes he will give you date. He will go. He will tell you where to go. Let me tell you. Let me give you this narrative. God told Adam and Eve, please don't eat this food. So he didn't tell them. He just said you are going to die. But devil is a liar, Abi. But that thing that devil told Adam and Eve, is he a lie? That don't mind them. The day you eat this food, so thing is going to happen. But he tell them the half truth. So after those one eat the fruit, of course something happened. They realize that they are naked. Of course, what the devil was telling them that day is what we can call, it's not truth, but it's a fact. So that's how I want to categorize what Reno Omokri is doing. You will know that he want to achieve something, and if you go and check it, it may be fact, but may not be truth. So not all the time Reno Omokri lie. I follow him, and I know when even some of his narratives sometimes, when I can't go with it, I'll don't leave it and go somewhere else, because sometimes he will just go extra mile to convince you, to lure you that, Peter Obi is not a crime. Well, then I'll be wondering that if you are using all this narrative about Obi, what about other? Okay, so are you mean that Tinubu doesn't go at all? He doesn't, in this administration, he doesn't commit any error. I expect somebody like Reno Omokri to champion the cry, to cry out about how Wike has neglected students in Abuja, neglect paying the minimum wages of a teacher in Abuja, but go ahead to embark on a project of 39 billion naira that may not benefit anybody. I think Reno Omokri should have been saying something like that. I think Reno Omokri should, I mean, when you are condemning Obi, if you want to be a critic, you want to be, I don't know, I've never seen somebody like that, that all what you write is about marking, giving Mr. President mark. All right, is there no error?
Sorry, Michael, there is a source. I just checked now. There is a source that believes that Omokri means e-goods. I don't know how true that or how credible that source. But I just checked that and I found that I think Reno means a pleasant person or something like that. When I check, but
so a pleasant e-goods. That what you're saying?
You are the one saying that, Michael.
Anyway.
But seriously, Michael, I think Reno should just be careful the way he's handling his intelligence.
Yes.
Or else Omokri may soon become a mockery. Kind of.
A mockery will soon become a mockery. Thank you so much for that, Michael. Let's move down to another one. Akwa Ibom. 24 lawmakers have defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress. The House is now left with just 2 lawmakers, PDP. They have 26 there. 24 for APC and 2 left for PDP. This is due to the internal crisis that the PDP People's Democratic Party is facing. But is the internal crisis enough justification for this mass defection to the ruling All Progressive Congress?
It deserves it, and unfortunately, they have a sore in their body. That's a PDP. They now have somebody that will make that sore worse. They watch too much. This PDP, they are prodigal son. They don't know how to manage not being in corridor of power. They have lost control since power has gone out of their hand in 2015. They are like a chicken or a chick that has lost its mother. You know how they will be doing? If they don't know, they have lost direction. Only what they know, you cannot compare them with APC. You can say APC is Ajapako and PDP is Ajebo, because PDP starts as a party, as a ruling party. They have never tasted opposition. You don't know what to call opposition. But you see AD, this ACN that started from AD, metamorphosis, you know where they are coming from now? Broken all the time before they regroup and they form a merger in 2014. So the way they will be handling things, it will be different. PDP is not good at opposition at all. They don't know how to manage crisis. They don't know how to manage opposition. They lack a lot of things, and unfortunately, they now have somebody that will take advantage of everything. So by this time around, if Atiku move from that place and go to that coalition, and they were able to make that coalition successful, PDP will witness more defection, not only to APC, but they will be seen that a new party that they just give birth to, they will also be collecting their members.
All right, gentleman Mike, is PDP managing its crisis very well? We need to ask ourselves this question. Let me just make it clear to us that they don't know how to act as opposition. I remember when APC or ACN was the opposition to an incumbent government in the country. We saw the way they challenged the government. But now, this defection is coming a few weeks after the governor of Akwa Ibom, Eno, decamped to the ruling All Progressives Congress. They've lost 24 lawmakers to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Is this to weaken PDP ahead of the 2027 election?
Michael? Of course, Michael. The defections will continue. I've always told you that they are dealing with a very strong political giants, as it were. One may not like him, but that is the truth when it comes to our kind of politics. Our kind of politics, which unfortunately may not really be the best in terms of the deliverables for the people. It's not people centered, it's not people focused. But the truth is they are dealing with a man that will throw anything at getting whatever he wants. So I'm not too surprised that those defections, we are going to see more of those defections.
More?
Yes, we are like to see more of those defections.
And of course, the president said it, that he's still expecting more.
We are going to see more of those defections. What will be left is between the ordinary Nigerians that may not really be in the political class, taking decision as to whether this prohibition should continue or should be stopped. If you also remember, Michael, SDP is in turmoil as we speak. SDP that Nasir El-Rufai defected to, they suspended most of their key officials and all of that. So if this guy would destabilize every other major political parties, as it were, and coupled with the fact that we now have greedy people among those people trying to come together as coalition. They are self-centered. They are not looking at how do we lead some of our personal interests and look at the collective interest and look at the collective goal and all of that. As long as we follow that route, they are only giving the incumbent an edge to sail through the 2027 election.
All right, over 22 or thereabouts arrested in Plateau over the killing of wedding travelers. And we still have the latest developments coming from Benue State, as the Inspector General of Police has said that his men have arrested over 20 persons, in respect to the killings of over 250 persons in Benue State. Michael, would you call this a welcome development? Don't forget the president gave a marching order to the service chiefs.
I will not call it any welcome development. There's nothing welcoming about that development.
No achievements.
Let me tell you, we are getting used to a very dangerous trend, and that is my worry as a citizen now. A crime was committed, so you will always need a presidential directive to do your job as security institutions, be it army, police, or the DSS. Why will you always need a presidential directive giving a marching order? So if there are no marching order, you not want to do your job. Is that the country we are building? It's very, very unfortunate. I would never applaud that. I'm not even sure that the people that have arrested are the culprits. They need to establish that. Why must you always wait for a marching order from the president? The governors are supposed to be the chief security officers of their states, but the marching order will always come from Abuja, from the Mr. President. So if he's not in town, the police will fold their arms. As at the time President Bola Tinubu went to Benue, he was still asking them that you mean you have not arrested anybody? And after that time, nobody told us that they've arrested any. So you needed a marching order from the president to do your job. We are not building a decent nation, I beg. We are not.
The masterminds of this attack, according to the General of Police, have been arrested.
I want to go with my brother here. It's very, very annoying that we always need to wait for marching order from Mr. President. And like he said, arrest alone for me is not enough. This may be the end of the story. You may not hear anything apart from this arrest. They may just be going to dump them somewhere. And one day you will hear that there is one attack and they break the prison and they release those people. Or even after put them in jail, one clemency come and release them. And they say they are repentant bandits, repentant this, repentant that. And before you call Dr. Robinson, those one have started roaming the streets again and looking for somebody else to kill. So apart from what situation where we are going to waiting for president order to arrest anybody, after the arrest, what are they going to do with them? Tell me, since how many years have you heard about the execution in this country? So many people that have even sentenced to death, they are in the prison, still consuming federal government food. After killing so many people, they convict them, they sentence them to death, and they are still there on the death row. Go and check how many people are on death row of Nigeria. How many of them have still been executed? All these things may even give room for people to continue perpetrating their evil. That of course, after all, they're going to put me for maybe life imprisonment, and after I spend some year, somebody will just come and release me. That's the truth of the matter. There are some people that they have, and I mean, they have given them death sentence for very long time. They are still in that prison, eating, dining. Some of them that even become chairman in the prison. So arrest alone, I'm not impressed when I hear it. Like my brother said that, why will you need presidential? So if president don't give you marching order, you will not arrest anybody. And all the one they have been doing before, Mr. Michael, this is not the first time. This 200 one is just the one that received noise, because it's the one that has much multitude. Go there, kill 40, kill 50, until it reach 200. Those one, we have not heard about the arrest until this one, the president give them marching order. This one, put it together. It's army arrangement, like fella say. Like mathematician, put them together. You need to wait for presidential order. And according to some information that I'm seeing now, DSS wrote Nigeria military headquarters that it's like these people are coming for revenge. It's like their state government arrest some cow and they are coming for revenge. But what did they do? They did nothing. To tell you that there are saboteur in Nigeria army. There are a lot of saboteur in Nigeria. Nigeria army need to be sanitized if you want to achieve anything. If we don't sanitize Nigeria army, okay, there's nothing any president can achieve. Very, very important.
Thank you so much, gentle. Thank you. Mr. Vincent, good morning to you. Welcome on the program.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Mike. I'm very fine. Good morning, our ever attentive global audience. I say very good morning to you. Good morning, Nigeria.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. Thank God for life. We are here again for the articulate viewers that have been there for us. Thank you very much. God bless you all. It's a new day again. Let's hit the ground running.
All right, what Omokri is going about saying about Peter Obi is something we need to see and we need to discuss this morning. We are strengthening, said, disgracing, embarrassing, open up his secrets and all of that. What danger does it pose on Peter Obi, especially on his career? Don't forget, this man is running for his seat come 2027. The only thing this is going to spell doom for Peter Obi. And aside that, how do you see Reno Omokri? Who do you think he is? Some see him as a political opportunist. Some see him as a truth teller. How do you see him?
To me, thank you, Mike. I love this question that you have just posed before me. Proud to the now, we knew what Reno Omokri. Omokri is, though he's a personality. He has this spurious personality, and is somebody that before the now, I used to say he has some kind of form of some relevance in the political amphitheater. But when you look at most of the things that have happened in recent times, you see the same Reno Omokri was even quoted as having said that our current president was, or rather is, a drug addict. Now, if the same Reno Omokri is coming up again to tell we Nigerians that he has some facts about Peter Obi, Gregory Obi, where was he during the time Peter Obi viewed for that presidential slot? Why didn't he make it known then? Why now? You should know that the handwork of fifth columnist is at play here. When you look at Reno Omokri as a person, he is somebody that I don't take seriously. He does his job, though he's very good at propaganda. Give it to him. If there's anything that is not lacking, it is instinct of propaganda. He has it as a person. But one thing is that I want everybody to know is that somebody somewhere has paid him to tarnish the image of Gregory Peter Obi. That's because Why suddenly Peter Obi? Where was he then? Was he living in the moon when Peter Obi first contested? Does it mean that he has not gotten his facts as at that time? It is now that he has just gotten the facts. These are things that we have to check, we have to dissect and see whether it runs, it runs on the train of nationality. But when we keep on looking at Reno Omokri, to me, it's not something to be taken seriously, because he's only looking for relevance. Where Bele face, that's where he pushes his personality.
All right, Mr. Kunle, can you come closer a bit? Does it mean things maybe along the line fell apart between Peter Obi and Reno Omokri? But his criticism, driven by principles or personal grudges between him and Obi? What's really going on?
I think the two of them, I don't really know what is going on with them, but I can only talk about Reno Omokri. One good thing that I can fish out, that is marketing Nigeria all over, and all over the world. Anywhere he entered, any country he entered, he makes sure he market Nigeria, and I think that's enough. Is a kudos to him, and I can say Reno Omokri is in alliance with the president, no matter what the speech of tongue, lose of tongue he had then. I think the president is one of his boys now, and he's good to go. He's a nice guy. I see nothing wrong, but it'll be that he has issue with. I think what we don't know is, it's better you don't join politics, right? Once you join politics, they will tell you the day you were born, the atrocity you've committed. I think he must have been able to fish out some of the atrocity the Mr. Greg committed then, and they want to bring it out on the table for us. It's highly welcome. I think they scrutinized the president when he was about to get to that throne, and now it is the turn of the Obi. Obi wants to be president. We need to know our president. We need to know his antecedents. So I think Reno is on the right page. Yeah, right page and track.
The same Reno Omokri, he marketed Mr. President before he became the president of the country. Yes, the same Reno, he marketed Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
And he's now marketing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his administration.
Yeah, it changes.
What does it tell you about Reno Omokri?
Change is just constant, and I think he has
change is constant after he must have tarnished the image of the president
internationally, but he has no proof. He can say anything he like, and the media aides of the Mr. President are put him on check and see that this guy is just looking for relevance. He was looking for relevance then, but now I don't think he's trying to lobby. What he saw that is a classified information to us. I think he's ready to dig it out this time around. Now, see, everybody is not above atrocity. As it is, Mr. Gary can be, one of the victims of these atrocities.
Because many see him as a saint.
He's not. He shouldn't be a saint. People look at him as a saint, but to me, I know he wasn't a saint. The local government, what's it called, funds that's supposed to organize them for the local government election, where did they pocket the money to? Well, that means he filed against the law of the country. Then you ought to have organized the local government when you were in the governor of Anambra. Then it's a fact check. Anybody can go and check what I'm saying. So to me, Obi too is not a saint. Anybody that is publishing him or polishing him as a saint, I think that person needs to go back and think well and profile who Mr. Gregory Obi is. No saint among those politicians. No saint.
Saying that if you said he pocketed the local government money, but EFCC has not picked him up.
EFCC has not picked him up because it was under Obasanjo regime, and it was one of the favorite guys Obasanjo was using then. And I think, he had to, it was a petition. Maybe nobody petitioned him from that Anambra axis then. But I can see the statement that came out from Ezeife, the late Ezeife, that Greg wasn't the messiah of Anambra when he ruled. And may so rest in peace. And erudite Igbo scholars. And I think what people complain about him is not what we youth are looking at. We don't even see, we don't even know Obi we don't even know Obi better than the real people that they grew up together, that they were in the political space together. I think we were hyped with some of this our governors, president to be, but he has a right, say he wants to contest, but when they start digging out his own atrocity out, Nigeria will be there to see.
All right, I'm still coming back to you, Kunle, Mr. Vincent. These praises is singing about the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the president himself. Are these praises to seek the president's forgiveness, to seek relevance in his administration?
I think everything, all pointers shows that he is trying to seek relevance for himself. Because this is the same person that you said that he was a drug addict. And now suddenly he started working again for him. We should know that a lot of things must have gone under the curtain. Because Reno Omokri, to me, is number one propagandist. Propagandist number one is a personal propagandist. And when he says something, he goes all out to do it and see to the end and make sure that he gets something that is objective when he started setting out for that. Reno Omokri to me is not somebody I should take seriously, because there are other things. Because tomorrow he will still change again and say Atiku is like this, because he is somebody who is not stable. He's like water, and he flows here and there because he's not just stable at all.
All right, to the comment section, what are people saying here? Let us quickly check out what Gbenga George is saying this morning. What is written here? Before 2023 election, Peter Obi said, bring the incriminating thing about me, and I will give up my presidential ambition. Till today, Reno is threatening when you were already given the permission. Wow. On to the next one. No matter what, Obi will still do better than Tinubu. This is coming from Anthony Dirichukwu. I don't know if Kunle will subscribe to what Anthony Dirichukwu has written here. That no matter what, Obi will still do better. He will still perform better than President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It simply means President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not performing currently as the president of the country.
I think the man that just spoke, Anthony. Anthony, we need to get things right as it is. You see, the capability of Obi cannot drive Nigeria to where we are, our destination. I can tell you, and the capability of Jonathan, then you could see what happened to Jonathan, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, Mr. Gregory Obi is not really up there it's not yet for his time to be any president here, because we don't need soft people as the president the way it is now. We need people that can take decisive policy, and it's not like the way people like Obi with his he's a nice guy, actually, I would say that, but it's not the type that Nigeria need now for Nigeria to come out of this the dead policies that we've seen now, dead situation we had now, because we need somebody that can drive us out of this problem we have. And you could see it has been a garbage of abnormality within the successive the government, and somebody came and he said he wants to change the narrative. It will take a while for the narrative to be changed, but we people are just too queer, to just earlier, and to get things done earlier, to start reaping the fruits of the labor of Mr. President that is engaging on. But at the same time, let's give him chance. It's not like Mr. Obi will get it done. It's not like Mr. Jonathan tried. You see the way they rubbish him, and now Mr. Greg is going to alliance with the Fulani, the king of the politics, we can say, the messiah of the politics, and you can say it will be rubbish. I can say that. And the only person they respect now is Tinubu within the South. Let me just say it wholeheartedly. And he went on the tutor under the late General Musa Yaradua. If not that, the alliance we have with Yaradua, he himself will have been rubbish by the oligarchy.
All right, straight to the comment section again. I'm still coming to you, Kunle and Mr. Vincent. This is from Udezi Chima. Reno Omokri said he can't work for Tinubu, not even in this life, but the opposite is the case today. That is Reno Omokri for you. On to the next one. Akim addition about that. Okay, please, everyone to please please share and like this program. Also comment in the comment section. We appreciate that. Thank you so much, Akim Bada. Additional. All right, Baba Yaga. Mr. Mike, please ask Kunle why don't they arrest Obi now if he is a criminal? All right, we said that. I think Cosmos asked that question the other time. Thank you so much, Baba Yaga. Anyways, I told Obi to go home and enjoy his wealth and leave the work dash to dash. So he kept romancing the Fulani. Was on this again, okay? Okay, sorry, Williams or comment. Mr. Obi may not be a saint, but Mr. Peter Obi is far more better than Tinubu 100 times in presidency.
Concur.
You concur?
I totally disagree.
You totally disagree.
Yeah.
He concur. Okay.
Yeah. You see, when you look at somebody who has been tried, he was once a governor of Anambra State. We knew his antecedents. And whereas at the time he was leaving office, he still, what he left in the office is still a glowing tribute to him today. Because when you look at somebody, a persona of Mr. Obi, you cannot just rubbish him. Because a lot of narratives have been burning in the space, in the public space, about Obi, and even all to Atiku self. I want to this day, as I speak now, mention one thing that has been brought against Atiku or Obi in any court of the land. There is none. Why are people just trying to just cook up story, concoct story, falsehood about a person? Because they know why are they afraid? Because they see that these people's clout is already growing in leaps and bounds, and you begin to wonder why all these frenetic moves are trying to withdraw whatever effort, whatever energy these two personnel are trying to put into the fore. But one thing I want to say is that I have always believed that Mr. President is the one that is on seat now. I want to believe that for him to, for his stewardship to be marked well, whether good or bad, it is left for the masses of the nation to decide. And it is the masses of the nation that will say, oh, Mr. President, kudos, right on, we give you another 4 years again. But in a situation whereby you are just attacking the opposition, taking away the face of governance away from the core issue burdening this country. Insecurity is there, the economy is there, unemployment is there. Then you start attacking the persona of your likely opponent come 2027. I think it's not good for a very good democratic experiment. I think such idea should be jettisoned. It should not be allowed in this kind of a political amphitheater as we have it.
You said you disagree, Mr.
Yeah, I think my brother can wind back to years of the military. And somebody came as a Democrat and they changed the narrative. I don't know why people are not seeing that. They always limit their movement to all that here. Look at how Morocco was then. Look at the infrastructure. Look at how this man changed the space of Lagos to a global space. And somebody is telling me the one Mr. Obi and Tinubu, you can't compare the two of them. I can tell you wholeheartedly what Tinubu as went through, what he went through, even under President Obasanjo. Can Obi survive it? He did not release their allocations. When monetary allocation they always get, the state always get, and he still maneuver his way to talk to investors just for him to get Nigeria, the Lagos, on the track. And today now Lagos is the most cosmopolitan city, and is one of the top city you can talk in population and in the destination of tourism. And I can tell you, we all went to the Atlantic the other time. You saw the magnificent investment going on there, and the people just come, they say what they need to go around and do fact check. This president, as it is a God sent to us. And I can say the way he did Lagos, he made Lagos to be a pride of everyone to stay. The magic is still has the magic stuff to do that as well for the country. But give him a space, give him a chance. Come on, they should give him a chance Let him do what he want to do. Let him achieve what he want to do, so that we can all, have a smile at the end, and we can all have the light at the end of the tunnel. For him, anybody that does not respect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed, he should go down to Highland and see the transformation that is going on there.
This is my first time concurring with Kunle. This is coming from Emmanuel Ogbuji. And what was he saying? This is my first time. His first time was concurring with Mr. Kunle. Peter Obi can't do the work. That is what Emmanuel Ogbuji has said here. On to the next one. Anthony Jirichukwu, I disagree with you. We keep talking about being soft. What Tinubu is doing now, are you calling it being hard? On to the next one. Kunle, okay, Niger Politics TV. Okay, so we should ask Kunle if he has enjoyed the dividends of democracy since the inception of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Since the inception of the successive government, have I enjoyed the dividend of democracy? There was no lights. They spent almost trillions of naira. The past administration, they spent almost trillions of naira to say they will provide us light, but they ended up providing us darkness. So what am I going to say? They don't want to compare. They want to compare well, I don't want to use foul language. The barbaric, what's it called? The barbaric regime of the successive government that we had. What happened to Ali Botin? What happened to what's it called? Ajaokuta Steel Rolling Mill? Nigeria will have become a steel company, a steel country. Nigeria will have been a hub of cars, production of cars. And they sat down there, they share the money. And some people they still have guts to be saying rubbish. To say something that is not welcoming.
Kunle, mind you, this is coming from James Manu. Mind you, Kunle, I repeat, mind you. Yeah. That Lagos, you see, was the former capital of Nigeria. You are talking about transformation of Lagos.
Yes.
Talking about the face of Lagos. Yes. Tinubu did that. He said Lagos State was the capital of Nigeria.
Capital of Nigeria was Akwa Ibom or what's it called? Calabar. The Calabar was it not capital of Nigeria before? Was it not capital of? Some people just big themselves to be a laughing. I just don't know the way. I think when he says it was the capital of Nigeria, I think I can enlighten him a bit. In that Lagos Island, Lagos colony, in which the Portuguese and the what's it called, they colonized, and you should go back to the history there. And we are ready to help him if he comes back to Nigeria. If he's not in the country, we are ready to help him, to take him round, to know about the history of Lagos, to know about the affiliation of the Lagos with the Yorubas generally. And I'm talking of the what's it called, the main guys, which they're just within Abeokuta axis, right? And I can tell you the story go far beyond this, what this guy is talking of, because as it is, Lagosians, they know themselves. Lagosians have family houses in Lagos. So he should come and show us his own family house in Lagos. James himself.
All right, Tony has a question for you. He said he's not sure if you are from Nigeria. Where are you from? Are you from this planet at all? That's what Tony is asking you this morning.
No, I'm from Cotonou. You can help me tell him I'm from Cotonou. Say I be Egu. So Egu in the other way around to him, right? Because I'm talking as in Nigeria now. He's still asking me whether I'm from Nigeria. What I've witnessed in Nigeria, the pressure I've witnessed in Nigeria, he has never even witnessed half of it. Because I can tell you heartedly, all this military, when we want to ousted the military regime, that we don't want military again, we were part of the players, the struggles that went all around. I lost I mean, don't let us to go far again. I mean, let this guy now go back to the picture of Lagos State in the 1970s and compare it to now, the present day. We fought for the agitation of IBB must go, and we were there with under General Olurin, Adetunji Olurin. So what else did anybody want to tell me that we've not seen? The democracy.
All right, away from that, 24 lawmakers in Akwa Ibom have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress. I'm putting it to you. Don't you think the democracy in Akwa Ibom is under threat with one party dominance?
You see, what do you expect? You cannot expect anything less, because if you check the trajectory of how the person that is currently ruling in that state, how he came to the fore of governance, you will know that he has a leader and a leader that is following is Godswill Akpabio. And when you look, Godswill Akpabio is in which party? Is in APC. And what do you expect? He has to follow his paymasters, or rather his leader. And I'm not all that so shocked, because they have tried to muzzle everything within that confines to that party. But they have forgotten one thing: they have the masses of that state to contend with. Because no matter how you muzzle the people in the house, those people represent only one vote. Likewise, every other personnel in that state, where by the time election is being called, I think everybody will cast their vote according to what they believe. I am not just surprised, because in a very good democratic experiment, I think competition is of high paramount. And when you see that when everything is being skewed toward a party, one party state, then anarchy looms. That's just my short take on that.
Defection. Under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 24 lawmakers again have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress.
More are still coming. More are still going to defect, because anybody that cannot see the light of the day, the light of development, the light of coming to the center to see that we have been blinded for a while now, and somebody came to put that off us and give us light. As I'm telling you now, anywhere president go in Akwa Ibom, people will roll. There will be a roll. Welcome. There will be a highly welcome for him. Like turnout of the citizens of that area, because they've never had it so good than this time around. And you know what? For someone, that coastal road that is doing alone is going to be a magnificent road, if not the best road in Nigeria as it is. And the kudos will be given to the president, and is a part of infrastructure that need to be put on ground, because if investors is coming to your area, what else? You need to provide all the infrastructure, and that is what the Akwa Ibom are doing now. That they want infrastructure in their states. They want their state to be viewed as a productive state, right? And it's that is what is going. And even a sad person will be happy.
What's the implication of one-party system in a state?
One-party system, I think, is not too good for the system, for the democratic system.
And you said you expect more defection.
Did they tie rope on their neck before they defect? They are willing when they see a working president.
But it's not good for you. It's not
good. There must be competition. There must be competitors that will compete with the. And there's coalition already. It can't be a one-party state. Atiku and his Obi allies. There's a coalition.
Out of 26.
Yes,
the house is left with just 2.
Let them be. It's their wish. Where they want to be is where they went to. And let all other people go to Atiku and Obi and see. Those ones they are always been customer dada. They say they are customer dada. So they will come and they will see chop out and go back.
Who are the customers dada?
The Obi and the Atiku.
How?
It's more or less that the Ambali of this Obi Muniru and Ambali. So that's just the way I see it is. They always
they prostitute.
I call them prostitute politicians.
Political prostitutes.
Yes,
That what they say.
Political prostitutes.
Mr. Vincent, he said they are political prostitutes.
They jump from one place to another.
You see,
they are not stable.
If you look at every one of them, they are all guilty of the same offense. If you recall, the president of this nation started from one party, before AD. He started from APP, then to AD, ACN. Now we have APC. That shows you that there are some processes before they got to
where they are. Was it carpeting or he remained in one party?
He's just moving. He just keep on moving.
Is there a difference between movement and cross-carpeting to another party?
You see one thing that...
No, I just wanted to shed light on it.
Yeah.
Is there any difference?
Okay, there is no much difference, because when it's just about semantics, even if you use a name, say, okay, this name has changed from this one, and you move to another thing, everything that the operative word there is changed. And most of them, they have changed from one thing to the other in order to fall into a bigger umbrella or a picture. That is what, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had remained in ACN, I don't think ACN would have, ACN would have transformed to be a national government as we have it today. Because he has to align, I have told you earlier, that alignment and realignment, they are the basic ingredients, or rather two, that that we see or in our political amphitheater. And whenever it comes to the fall like that, you know that it must surely be, there's always continue to be a kind of a dance.
Is actually a political prostitute?
I can't
Is he
call
a
him.
prostitute politician?
I can't call him a prostitute or politician. He has never. He's stable.
Has he ever cross-carpeted?
He has never cross-carpeted. It's same platform. It's just the name they are changing.
But
It's
Mr. Bishop said he's moving.
No, he's not moving. That's why I have to disagree with him. The ACN, what's it called that he has been to get there then, it's a platform that is still on ground, but when he was not in alliance with them, he moved his own group, same group. It does not go to any other party and knock their door like Mr. Gregory is doing now. You know, from Abga to, what's it called? PDP to PDP to Labour now. When you are not stable, people will not respect you, and that is what is working for President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he's stable, he's politically stable. But when we having prostitute for our politicians turning to prostitute, right? They go from one place to they hit their dinner with PDP today. They go back next day that they are tired of PDP. They want to go back to Labour. They want to can that work in this new, what's it called, the new generation of the new generation we have? Can it work for us? No. Once we know you are not stable, that means you even abandon us on the ship you are taking us from, and you abandon us, you leave. That's what's going on. You abandon the Abga, and Ojukwu told Mr. Gregory, don't leave Abga. Don't leave Abga. Abga is only our party. Let us have it like the Yoruba zone. I was there watching Mr. Ojukwu when he was giving that instruction. And what happened? You know, what happened when Ojukwu died? Mr. Gregory, he has to, march down to, what's it called, PDP, to go and have a nice day with them. And they had the best of the time with Jonathan era at that time. You know, the money was just being there, going, you know, siphoning the money. You know, they are siphoning the money. And because you Okonjo Iweala, an erudite woman, God bless that woman, and she was passing the messages to them. Stay for the rainy days. Stay for the rainy days. What happened? They packed all the money. After they packed the money, they went on to, you know, to kidnap the mother. So is that a government that you need to be rewinding
53
back?
suspects arrested over the killings of people, Nigerians in Benue and Plateau states, says Inspector General of Police.
Yes, it's better to be late than never, but I will not still give kudos to Inspector General of Police. What they will have avoided, they allowed it to, to escalate. And you see right now, if the president did not go to Benue and be asking them, where are the arrests? Where are the arrests? Were they sleeping before? Were they sleeping before they massacre almost 200 million people, 100 million people? Were they sleeping? I mean, we should always be proactive. Our military, our you know, the military and so what, and all others, they need to be proactive. Not take the attack to them. Don't allow them to attack you before you not take any decisive movement. You know, it's not welcoming. I'm not even happy with how many they've arrested now. I am not happy. I'm still not happy. They need to
more
arrest,
right.
Even within the circle of that, because some people are mole among them. Right. They should fish out those mole among the military, among even the DSS. They must have been some mole likewise, because that man in DSS is doing a great job. But are they allowing his job to be? Are they allowing his job to be notified? I think a lot of demons in this country that
Thank
we
you
need
so much,
to eradicate.
Mr. Blair. I really appreciate your contribution. Your take on that before we go.
You see, my pain has always been that they will say they arrest, they do this, they do that, and still we keep on having this gale of criminalities going on in every nooks and crannies of the country. But my grounds is that when you make arrest, must you make it public like that? Do the needful. Whosoever is being found culpable of having done that dastardly act should face the wrath of the law. I don't believe when you continue to say, I've arrested you, are you trying to gain some kind of relevance or credit for that? Because for crying out loud, it's your duty. Because you are being given a duty to do. You should do it and do it conscientiously without even trying to say, okay, I want. It's like you are trying to do a kind of notice me. I want to believe that whatever needed to be done should be done and let the law have a recourse to it. That is my take.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good morning to you guys. You're welcome.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Nigerians back here home and Nigerians in diaspora and all our followers. We love you and God love you.
All right.
Yes, good morning. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you to Emmanuel Obuji and
Anthony Enemi.
Anthony Enemi. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Muki Great. Ordinary Taiwo.
All right. Thank you, Moki Great and Ordinary Taiwo, for extending your lovely hand and your juicy hand to me and to the entire followers. God loves you. I appreciate you. May God increase you in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Obasanjo did based on his conviction and outstanding qualities. After series of scrutiny, it was discovered that Peter Obi, so far so good, remained the only governor in Nigeria, if I'm correct, to an extent, that his name is not in EFCC. He was first of all engaged by the Ohanese leaders before Obasanjo finally decided to give him a political lifeline. I think that from there he got to Atiku, and that was how the whole thing went. I've listened to a series of interviews where how Peter Obi became the governor under Abga. And he was in Abga for 8 years. He left office before Jonathan decided to, bring him close. So that's the brief history of Peter Obi for now. But if you look at Reno Omokri, a rapist, people don't know that he's a rapist. His families are rapists. All of them are rapists.
He lacks knowledge. The little exposure he got is what he's using to, destroy himself. Not even Nigerians. I can remember very clearly how the same man accosted Bola Ahmed Tinubu somewhere in London that he is a drug baron. There was protest led by this Reno Omokri. London. Anybody can go and find it.
That's the fact.
So,
Are you trying to say no?
okay, I'm not saying I'm not here to please anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. And he singled out the Igbo nation, forgetting that we knew his background in Bayelsa. We knew that all his family are rapists. He has a very bad record. But always going up and down to do his own style of damage control. He has evidence. He was convinced that Tinubu should not be president of Nigeria based on his association with cocaine. He was driving Nigerians up and down in London. But today, what are we saying? Of course, that's the nature of Nigerian politics. Today, he is saying all manner of things without evidence. I want him to come out and pinpoint one single thing, corruption charges against Peter Obi. Please, let us start from there. Since it is Peter Obi you single out, politically and otherwise, we know all manner of things he said. But today, Peter Obi have over 10 million followers currently. What has Reno Omokri got to offer? For now, nothing. Then if you're looking at those kind of things, and I thank God Peter Obi doesn't have time for, people like him. You understand? Obedience doesn't have time for people like him. So he has been put in a place where he have a proper table with Bola Ahmed Tinubu to feast on. Whether he has committed his anti-Tinubu or not in the past, that does not matter. What matters now is that they've seen the way he is going. Even Femi Fani-Kayode, Bayo Ononuga, all of them are in the same circle, making sure that anything that has to, even those who they have allied with the past, the Northerners, what have they benefited? When they knew clearly what was on ground, what can they say now that they have benefited? Is Nigeria working? Nigeria is not working. Until we look for competence, I said it in 2023. Nigerians have opportunity, it's unfortunate, and where we are now today, have an opportunity to choose leadership for the first time. The same thing I said under Buhari, until Buhari crumbled. This one became the worst ever. Go and ask Dele Fayaro to me. He'll give you brief. His case is coming up. We want to see how it's going to go at the end of the day. There's evidence against him, then we will know what will come out at the end of the day. FBI has said it clearly that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a big asset to them. We don't know what happened. We don't until they file, and come to the public there. Then we will know actually, because Tinubu's story, history, perspective, everything about him have been shielded in secrecy. We don't know. And that's the fact. So if you continue to move about, and look for all these blackmailers, that's what they call them, blackmailers, just to make sure you'll be able to manage your image, your corrupt image, the darkness surrounding you. You're able to sit on the throne you never deserve to be. So be it. If Nigeria think that is the best way to go, so be it. I'm not against that. But to an extent, we know who Reno Omokri is. Go and ask average Nigerian on the street who Reno Omokri is. And you look at the rest, that's how to determine the personalities we are looking at. For me, Reno has no record. For me, Reno is not somebody you can rely on because he feasts on government using them to continue to blackmail people who have no corrupt record like Bola Ahmed. That is the picture. And we understand it very clearly. We don't need anybody come and tell us this is what it is, this is what it is. That's not correct. Most of the things Reno Omokri comes to the air to talk about. Why didn't this continue and insist, like David Hendrio, who is insisting that this man is a peddler? David Hendrio is there battling it, but somewhere along the line, because of where the stomach infrastructure or whatever it is, he's looking for, because he's hungry like Fadeka Yode. They turn around and instead of criticizing the system, all of them single out Peter Obi. I don't know what Peter Obi have done for them. That's the problem. I don't know actually what Peter Obi has done. And upon everything, Peter Obi keep on, advancing, opening more ground, getting more popular on daily basis, organizing seminars, organizing lectures, both home and abroad. And we have not seen any time, even till today. We are the anti-corruption agency will come out with whatever their findings are and say that Peter Obi stole so money. Or even link him, whether it is true or not, of corruption charges. His only sin is that he wants to become president of Nigeria. And of course, it is expected. But while we are blackmailing, we should try as much as possible to get our facts correct.
What do you have to say, sir? Continue what you say.
All right, concerning the issue of mockery. When Adeji Yoruba says, I know my friends, I know my neighbor, and my neighbor knows me. Omokri knows Peter Obi very well. He knows the genesis of Peter Obi, why he's being packaged to come and contest against Akwa Ibom State in the 2023 election. He knows all the attributes, all the packaging they are put in place in guiding him, in preparing him and introducing him to Nigeria. He knows it's fluke. So if Omokri is coming out to tell the whole world and to tell the whole Nigerians a genuine truth and a genuine fact that he knows about so-called Peter Obi, about so-called Atiku, and etc., about other opposite political party, nobody should criticize him. Nobody should condemn him. If you look at the scripture, the issue of Ahithophel, the son of David, sorry, I forgot the name.
Just continue what you're saying.
The first person he have to go and meet when he want to wage war against David, he went to Ahithophel. Okay, Ahithophel gave him the dish out, the guideline, how to go ahead and wage war against David. So when you look at the issue of Omokri coming out to tell the whole world and to tell the whole Nigerian who Peter Obi is, nobody should disagree with what Omokri is saying. They can call him names. He's a political prostitute. He's a political this. He's a political that. But I sincerely, I want to tell you that once a traitor is ever a traitor. If Peter Obi has not betrayed him, okay, he will not come out and start yarning or raining in this way he has been yarning. So I concur with Omokri. Whatever he has said about Peter Obi and Atiku himself,
You know what I'm trying to say here is that actually at least we should be able to mention some of the things. One of the things Reno Omokri is saying, and that he has a reservation against Peter Obi, is that he was the one that took him to Atiku. But Atiku has come out a few days ago to say, Reno, what do you call yourself? Omokri, Ikiri. That's what they call this type of people in Igbo. They are Ikiri. They don't walk with their eyes, they walk with their head. Atiku said it. You are not the one. Obasanjo did. And before Obasanjo did that, Ohene Zendibo, I repeat it, Ohene Zendibo was able to take a proper background check on Peter Obi's activities as governor of Anambra State. And it was discovered that he never for one day misappropriates money made for Anambarians. And the Ohene Zendibo now decided to take Peter Obi to Obasanjo. It was on that note that Atiku, who was looking for a running mate, if you can remember, bros, I'm just giving you, who was looking for a running mate as at that time, and after so many options and personalities were presented to him, he decided, just like what is happening between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shetima, the president has the right to choose. And people are saying, yes, it's Shetima. Let the president to choose. And that was the choice of Atiku. And remember, Jonathan has already, ab initio, be asking Peter Obi. I think to an extent, he was part of one committee, within Konji Iweala, and that time, Jonathan drafted him at that presidential level because of his record. Bro, I can count how many times this Reno we are talking about now was leading mass protests against Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London over drug, cocaine. Atiku now picked him. And that is where we are now. So I don't know the justification. When you were a personal assistant, Jonathan, Reno Omokri was personal assistant to Jonathan, it was not a political appointment. He has not contested any political post in the first place. Then how come you are the one? You see, they can create anything, create whatever they want to create, but at the end of the day, truth will stand. I pray that the likes of Peter Obi will not have time for this walking stick anymore.
Isn't it true you led the protest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the UK? Are you not aware?
He led the protest against President Tinubu at that point. He led the protest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London. Based on what? Based on what? The media overtwisted it. That he led the protest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That he's a drug addict. Is this, that. Him himself, he never come out to tell the whole world that he led protest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
It was everywhere now. It was everywhere now. Didn't you see it?
But he never tell the world that he protested that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a drug addict. Okay? Because then the PDP arranged him, the Labour Party arranged him, they prepared him and fortified him as a political instrument to weigh down the energy and the political structure of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Right here in Lagos, we saw different signature and footsteps of the opposition party. The kind of protest that came up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even up to this moment, those with bitter mind and bitter heart against this very government, they are still making an avenue for a protest. So protesting against President Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu, that does not mean he has anything at stake to challenge him or to bring him down. No. Whoso can protest. But the way and manner how your protest, the channel where you are channeling it into, is what the world will have to look into it.
Was it not channeled to the right place?
It's not channeled. It's not channeled into the right place because it has many effects.
To Nigerians who President Ahmed Tinubu was, I don't want to say who he is now, who he was.
For the fact that he lacked the idea of telling the world who President Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu is, I can tell the world now who President Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu is. Look at his administrator's leadership, his generosity, his acceptance, his tolerance, his soft heart, and the heart of giving, the heart of leadership. He does not. There's no sentiment. There's no discrimination in all he does. Go and look at all his appointments. He have a lot of South, the Easterners in his presidential parliament, in his system, working with him. If it's a selfish type, people like Amechi, Wike, Akpabio, name them so many and so many none. The Easterners who are humble and loyal to him, and always stand beside him and say, "On your mandate we shall stand." So next time even in the assembly, the anthem was still sung here to praise Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu. On his mandate we shall stand. If it's for his leadership, courageous and soft heart, if all these are not being there, if it's not being put together, nobody will ever praise him or hail him in such manner. He's a man of the people. Even you, Mike, if Ashwaji Ahmed has to be in this environment right now, you will love him, you will cherish him. You feel like romancing him or meeting him one-on-one. He does not look down at anybody. You being a child, 76 years old. So regardless of what anybody can say about President Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu, I'm not being paid to be his followers. I saw his generosity. I saw his hard working, his vision, his dream, his political strategies. Some people have come on the media to say, why is the APC one party? Why is the APC one party? APC has never forced anybody. They have never removed anybody. They have never prepared any spiritual concussion for anybody to join APC. Willingly, they saw the wonderful structure, the wonderful system, the wonderful momentum and strategy that are operating and leading this government. Back in 96, 95, 97, 98, 99, how was Lagos State? How was Nigeria entirely? Can anybody just bring the picture of Nigeria and the picture of Lagos State on the media to show people on this platform how Lagos was? And now let's introduce the picture of Lagos to you, 2021, 2022, 23, 24, 25, 20, to this moment. And compare the picture of APC government to the PDP era. What have they been able to do for this country? What have they put in place? So nobody just come on the media to lash President Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu just for the sake of self-hatred or bitter mind or tribalism or racism. He is a generous leader, a constructive leader that has structure and vision to deliver to this country. And if many have not been convinced yet or few of the opponent and opposition, they are not convinced yet about his leadership, they should exercise a patience. He's still under 2 years in his government.
Is 2 years not enough to deliver? Is 2 years not enough to deliver?
When during the era of Jonathan, what was he able to deliver to the whole Nigeria under his 4 years? Buhari himself, what was he able to deliver to the whole Nigeria under his own 8 years? Am I communicating? So he is still under 2 years. We should exercise a patience. I believe wholeheartedly that Ashwaji Ahmed Tinubu, he will deliver. He will deliver. It's a shining light and a shining stone from above, and he will deliver. And I believe he will convince the whole Nigeria that he has something positive to offer to give to the millions of Nigeria in the hospital and right here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your contribution. All right, Oyezi.
Yes.
Before we go.
Okay, I know you are rounding up. Okay, already, but I just want to say this thing for the sake of our viewers.
Thank you, Adebayo.
They can still go out and do their fact checking, at the end of the day. But it's very clear where most Nigerians stand. The presidency themselves has acknowledged that Nigerians are hungry. But it's not even Buhari, this same Bola Ahmed Tinubu are the one running APC. So if we are going to hold APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu responsible, we are going to start from when they came into power till this moment. Under Buhari, this moment, you know, this APC government. That is the same way they held PDP government accountable. They started from where Obasanjo started from. So if we are looking at the mountainous failure of APC, he claimed he brought Buhari failed. Now it is his turn. He is crumbling. Okay, look at the arrest you are talking about. What happened to Toji Bello? Over how many military personnel was murdered 3 days ago? Why not the IG go and arrest Toji Bello? Why are you picking people on the street? Because no, I don't understand. But that's Nigeria for you.
Was he picking people on the
street? Bro, take them to court. We will find out. I want Toji Bello. Well, I'm now. If you are the IG, we will go and hold him. Thank you. God bless.
All right, I really appreciate your contribution this morning. I won't be able to take everything. I won't be able to take them. Oh, sorry. Brother Pastor, good morning. We need to go. Come early tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
All right.
Let's leave it on Friday.
All right.
Based on what the fact on the ground, which I've already briefed.
No problem. As I said,
God bless you, the viewers.
Tomorrow. So sorry. All right, viewers, we appreciate your contributions this morning. We'll be back here tomorrow for another interesting edition of the program. I'm Michael Adekule. Stay blessed.
Don't shut down, I don't see him. Shut down because of the border. Are you going to stay more? Are you going to stay for time?